Okay, so, uh, you know how we always love to uncover, like, those hidden gems?
Hmm.
Well, get ready, because today's deep dive is taking us straight to one, Uruguay.
Oh, nice.
I know what you're thinking. Stunning beaches, maybe a soccer match?
And let's not forget about that barbecue.
Exactly. But get this. This South American nation, I mean, it's serving up something even more unexpected.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
A world-class reputation for, get this, innovation.
Really?
Yeah, we're talking cutting-edge tech, groundbreaking research, the whole shebang, all from a country that's, well, roughly the size of Washington State.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. I wouldn't have thought.
See? That's what's so cool about this deep dive. We're going behind the scenes with this video, right? From Uruguay Innovation Hub. They're like the heart of Uruguay's tech scene, you know?
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see it now.
We're talking about a legacy of firsts. I mean, going all the way back to their history as like a global beef powerhouse.
Don't forget, they were home to the world's first transnational food company.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They basically revolutionized how beef was produced and distributed around the world. I mean, that's a big deal.
That's thinking big. And get this, that innovative spirit clearly didn't stop with cows.
What else did they do?
They were like early adopters of all this new technology. Some of the first systems engineers in all of Latin America were Uruguayan.
Huh. You really don't hear that every day.
Right. And what's even more impressive is how committed they are to like building this knowledge-based society.
Okay, how so?
Back in 2007, they launched this initiative. It was called Plan Ceibal, and they give every single school child a computer.
Wow. Every single child.
Every single one. Imagine the long-term impact that has on digital literacy for a whole generation.
That's incredible foresight.
So they equip their youngest generation with the tools for the future. That's huge. We're seeing this clear thread from those early days to now, right?
I mean, yeah, it sounds like it. What kind of thread?
Like the same ingenuity that made their beef industry so successful, it's now driving these incredible advances in tech.
Makes you wonder, like, did they just take that blueprint from their agricultural success and apply it to technology?
Right. And one area where this is like crystal clear, artificial intelligence.
AI, huh?
Oh yeah, the video mentioned that they have this like crazy long history with AI, something like 30 years.
30 years.
Really, almost as long as AI has been like a recognized field.
Yeah.
Okay?
So they've really been at the forefront of this for quite a while.
And it's not just theoretical. They're using it to solve like actual problems, especially in agriculture.
Interesting. What kind of problems?
Like, they've developed AI-powered systems that are helping farmers optimize crop yields, which is, it's a big deal in a country with such a strong agricultural history.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, instead of Silicon Valley, you've got like all this innovation springing up from the countryside.
That's a cool way to look at it.
This is what I love, seeing how a country's past can shape its future in such a cool way. But it's not just about like the tech itself, is it? This video made a big deal about the connection between, Uruguay's artistic side and its tech scene.
Oh, okay. I'm curious about this.
Right. Tell me more about that.
So Uruguay has this like incredibly vibrant arts and culture scene. And when you think about it, art requires this creativity, right? Problem solving, thinking outside the box. And those are all skills that translate perfectly to innovation and entrepreneurship.
It really makes you wonder, like, could all that creative energy be a secret ingredient to their innovation boom? I mean, the video did say that their output of artistic works per capita, it's like through the roof.
Yeah, they definitely have this creative spirit, and that willingness to like experiment and just push boundaries. That's a huge part of what makes Uruguay so unique.
It's like they call it an economy of ideas, and you can see it. It's this energy, this spirit that's helping them like make waves as a global tech hub.
A global tech hub, really?
Yeah. So you keep using this term tech hub. What makes Uruguay stand out on like the world stage? What are we talking about here?
Well, for one, they have the highest concentration of these deep tech startups per capita in the entire region.
Deep tech, huh? That sounds pretty intense. What exactly does that mean?
Basically, we're talking companies that are working on really, really complex technological challenges,
Give me some examples.
like artificial intelligence, robotics, biotechnology. We're talking the kind of stuff that has the potential to completely revolutionize entire industries.
So not your average app, you're saying?
Definitely not. These require serious expertise, and they have the potential for like massive, massive global impact.
Okay, so big ideas, big challenges, potentially big rewards
That's
got.
it, exactly. And it's attracting some serious attention too.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not just talking about, funding. They're actually drawing in top talent from all over the world. People are like packing their bags, relocating to Uruguay just to be a part of this exciting ecosystem.
Wow. So they're not just attracting money, they're attracting the minds behind the breakthroughs. Do you have any examples from the video that really highlight this?
Yeah, so they highlighted this one lab in Uruguay, and get this, it's the only one of its kind
The only one.
in all of South America, even the Spanish-speaking world.
Yeah.
And it's entirely dedicated to AI solutions.
No way. So they're not messing around. They're going all in, creating these hubs of AI expertise.
That's got to be a magnet for anyone who's serious about pushing the boundaries of what AI can do.
Totally. Which leads us to, I think, another key aspect of their success. It's not just about creating the cutting edge tech for the sake of it, right? They're all about using it, like applying those advances to, real world challenges. That's where their impact really, really shines through.
Yeah, definitely.
So they've got the brains, they've got the drive, and they're not afraid to like roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty. But where are we actually seeing the results, the tangible results of all this innovation?
One of the coolest examples, at least from the video, was how they're using AI to completely revolutionize agriculture, especially their agro-industrial sector.
Which, I mean, that makes total sense considering their history, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they've gone from like dominating the global beef market to now using AI to like grow and produce food more efficiently.
It's like they took what they already knew how to do so well and just like, applied it to a new area.
It's
The
brilliant.
video mentioned that they've already seen some pretty significant increases in yields and just like overall efficiency in areas like crop management, livestock production, things like that.
That's incredible. It's like they found a way to bridge the gap between tradition and all this like new innovation.
Mm.
And speaking of innovation for good, what about sustainability? Where does Uruguay land on all that?
This is where things get even more interesting, actually.
Okay, tell me more.
So Uruguay is like surprisingly a leader when it comes to, sustainable practices.
Really?
Yeah. Remember how we were talking about how like forward thinking they were with Plan Ceibal and giving all the kids computers?
Yeah, yeah.
They have that same approach when it comes to like their energy sector. They've already achieved a 95% renewable energy matrix.
Wait, 95?
95.
Are you serious?
It's pretty amazing.
That's mind-blowing. Most countries like that's the dream, to get those kind of numbers. How did they manage that?
It's a lot of things, but a big part of it is like their commitment to really harnessing their natural resources. So things like wind power, hydropower, they've really gone all in on those.
Smart.
But they're not stopping there. They're looking even further ahead, right?
Yeah.
Like trying to find solutions to these future food production challenges that we're all going to be facing. And they're doing it with this like really interesting mix of, tech and biotechnology.
Okay, so what kind of challenges and what kind of like solutions are we talking about here?
So the video, they highlighted this one system they're developing, and it uses like a fraction of the water and space that, traditional agriculture uses.
Let's say so less is more, basically.
Way less is way more. We're talking like 4 times more food per square meter than traditional horticulture.
Right.
And they're doing it all with just 10% of the water.
That's a game changer, especially as the global population like just keeps growing.
Exactly. And it really speaks to their commitment to using innovation to like solve some of the biggest, the most urgent problems that we're all facing. But it doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
We're also doing some really groundbreaking stuff in medical research.
You mean that obesity drug they mentioned?
Yeah, that's the one.
The one that was developed by, what was it, the Institute Pasteur in Montevideo?
That's it. And this isn't just some, pie-in-the-sky research project. They've already reached phase 1 human trials.
Okay, I have to admit, when they mentioned that in the video, I don't think I fully like grasped how big of a deal that is.
Oh, yeah.
Break it down for me. What does that actually mean?
Okay, so phase 1 trials. Basically, it means they're moving from testing in the lab to testing on actual people.
Oh, wow.
It's a huge step in the whole drug development process, and it means they're, getting closer to potentially having this groundbreaking treatment, available to everyone.
So this isn't just about, like, scientific achievement. This could be huge for Uruguay economically, too.
Oh, absolutely. Remember that comparison they made in the video to that other obesity drug that was developed in Denmark?
Yeah, yeah.
That one drug ended up generating more revenue than Denmark's entire GDP.
Whoa. Talk about a game changer. So to recap, we've got this rich history of innovation, a really exciting tech scene, groundbreaking research in AI, biotech, and now this potentially revolutionary drug. I mean, it's obvious Uruguay's doing something right here, but what's like the common thread? What's the secret sauce?
Well, a big part of it has to be this organization called Uruguay Innovation Hub. The same people behind the video that we've been talking
You're
about.
right, right. They seem to be at the center of it all.
They're almost like the
Orchestrators.
yes, they bring together all the different players in this innovation ecosystem.
It's like they're creating this culture, this environment where
Yes.
like all these sparks of genius can catch fire and spread.
That's exactly it. And that's what makes this like whole story about Uruguay so interesting. They're showing everybody that innovation. It's not like limited by where you're located on a map, you know what I mean? They're rewriting all the rules and they're showing the world what's possible when a country really commits to like becoming this knowledge-based society.
It really makes you think differently about like where innovation comes from, I mean, everybody always talks about Silicon Valley, but Uruguay is showing us that it can like happen anywhere if you've got the right ingredients. They've
Yeah.
got the history, the culture that embraces like creativity and this deep commitment to like education and progress. It's really cool to see.
And you know what else they've got? They've got that famous Uruguayan like laid back attitude,
Oh yeah,
that tranquilo spirit.
yeah. You think that helps?
Maybe that's the secret ingredient that keeps them open to new ideas, new approaches. Who knows?
Maybe they're onto something. But seriously, it's pretty inspiring to see a country like just punch above its weight class like this.
Yeah, for sure.
It really makes you wonder what lessons can other countries, big or small, what can they learn from what Uruguay is doing?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, Uruguay is offering this really powerful model for, how to create innovation, like at a national scale.
Yeah.
And it starts with like investing in your people, creating an environment where entrepreneurs can thrive and just never being afraid to think big, even if you're a relatively small nation. I mean, that's huge.
And maybe even most importantly, they're not just like innovating just to innovate. They're
Yeah.
they're actually trying to like solve problems, real problems, like how to feed a growing planet or how to develop life-changing medical treatments. I mean, they're thinking about the big stuff.
Yeah, that's what's really cool about it. They're showing that like innovation, it can be used as this force for good. It can help us create a better future.
It's a really powerful message and one that I think like we can all like take to heart, no
Yeah.
matter where you live or what you do. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Uruguay, this unexpected innovation powerhouse, what's like the one big takeaway you hope, our listeners they come away with?
I think the biggest takeaway is that innovation, it can come from like anywhere. Don't underestimate a good idea no matter where it comes from.
Yeah.
Uruguay is like living proof
Mm.
that the most unexpected places can hold like some of the best solutions.
Love it. It's a good reminder to stay curious, right?
Always.
Challenge those assumptions and never stop exploring. Who knows? Maybe the next like big breakthrough, it's going to come from a place we'd least expect. This has been The Deep Dive, your shortcut to being brilliantly informed. Until next time, keep those minds open and those perspectives expanding.